it almost reminded me, I had a couple of officers who was bipolar. And y'all don't know I come from a legal background or a law enforcement background. So my job always was observe, report, all that other stuff. Observation is key. So that's one of my gifts. I can look at somebody, even when it comes to training, working out. One workout, I can tell you what you can do, what you can't do, your form, technique, all that, what you need to change. That's just a gift, and just like understanding the body as far as nutrition and stuff like that. A couple of days of working with you, especially, you got to get the time frame of, generally a week and stuff like that. You do somebody nutritionist to figure out what their body is doing it, but you can analyze and you know how to go. That's how most of these coaches you do it. You learn somebody else's body and you optimize it for peak performance. So it's not impossible for the Liver King guy to learn that, and he utilized it on himself. Now, is he eating the liver or pig intestines or sun in his balls or whatever the case, like all these crazy videos that come up? No, he's not doing that, but he is acting, people. This guy is an actor. He is a great or smart businessman, but we got to think, I ain't heard nobody mention it yet. He didn't do this alone. He's the owner of a supplement company, but when I think they said 2 years ago, he started a social media push. He ain't got the push. He had a whole team behind him and a great marketing team because he propelled to over 1 million followers and stuff like that. He's traveling the world doing all these crazy stunts, events, and preaching that ancestry life. So he has a lot of backing behind him. But like I say, it's just like Hollywood. You see the same thing. These actors get into it, they get in great shape, and then a year or two later, you see them and they looking horrible because they can't come out and say, "Hey, yeah, I didn't do this naturally. I did take a mini cycle or whatever the case may be," because it's a bad light in America. But some of the countries I played football for overseas, it's legal. They can take whatever. I done been sitting at a table and had somebody pull out a needle and start shooting himself. And I'm like, are you serious? This ain't even the NFL. I mean, or NBA. This is a smaller league. Yeah, we getting paid to do what we got to do, but it never crossed my mind because I know I had the God given talent to achieve whatever I put my mind and set into. And I was blessed with good genetics as far as great strength and stuff like that, but I was motivated. I worked out twice a day. I ate old school bodybuilding, ate 10 eggs, raw eggs, blending the shake, drinking a gallon of milk. Most of my old school bodybuilders, y'all know what I'm talking about with that. We did it. We ate peanut butter, a lot of bread. We worked out twice a day. We ran, we did cardio. We did everything we had to do because we didn't think about or it wasn't talked about like the anabolic side and all the other stuff. It didn't cross our mind because we know we're not getting on that stage. Now, as far as this profession in bodybuilding, now we're smarter and we got more educated on these facts, and we know it's a smart way to do it, and it's not you just can't abuse nothing that you do. So I don't look down or blame the Liver King and stuff like that. I don't believe in the capsule culture and whatever the case may be. He might do a video and just say, "Hey, yeah, I wanted to mention it," but the pressure of being success, he could have started natural and be like, "Hey, with age, like I seen, what's my guy, Derrick, he posted a little consultation letter. And he was like, "Hey, the back fat, that is true. The older I get, I see little changes in my body because I know my body to a science. I know how much water I need to get each day to progress. I know how much steps I need to walk per day to keep progressing, losing weight. I know my maintenance calorie intake. I know all that because I learned my body. Most people don't because you ain't tracking the calories in the intake. You ain't calculating the water that you take. You ain't calculating your workouts, the energy is how much energy you are expelling every day. So you're not calculating that and then putting it in with rest recovery. That's too much. That ain't your job to do it, and it'll probably stress most people out to think about that. So that's why you have nutritionists and coaches and stuff like that. But you also believe that they're gonna keep your information private. I don't care how much. Say if Liver King was my client, it's no money in the world you can tell me that's going to get me morally to leak his information. I don't care if he claiming that or not, because that really don't matter. If he's an actor, he's an actor. I know deep down, whoever followed this guy, whatever, don't think this guy is all the way natural. You don't think he's actually eating that liver and all this other stuff every day, all that raw food. Come on now. This is like sushi and stuff like that. You can get away with a lot of stuff, but you can't stay in tip top shape performance without taking something 365 days a year. Not at his age or my age or stuff like that. So, you can stay in great shape and lean, but you're going to either be starving, or you're going to be taking a lot of like protein stuff like that. So you can do it, but you're going to pretty much, that's not going to be sustainable long time because you wouldn't be able to live. But for the money that he's getting, I look like a Mr. Olympia stayed. I'll be able to walk. I'll be as lean as anybody on earth. If I'm getting $100 million a year to stay in shape 365 days, come on, just think about that. This guy's making over $1 million, let's say $1 million every year just to stay in shape. Is that worth it for you? Will you keep up with the gimmick, even say if you was natural and now you're not? I mean, that status, I don't believe is nobody business because we can't judge him, we can't cancel him, we can't do nothing. Whether he was or he still is or he's not, that still doesn't matter if he believes in the ancestry of life and stuff like that. I heard about it. I looked at some of the other stuff, and it's legitimately, it's like meditating or whatever other religions out there that works for you. It's some benefits, but it doesn't apply to everybody. Even though everybody can do some sort of the meals or the working out or the water and the walking and the barefoot stuff, because I do believe in the energy from the earth and all this other stuff. It's so much that we can tap into as far as energy wise, but it's what you believe and what you follow through. If you staying on strict diet and you sticking to the plan, I think you can do a whole lot that you believe that you can't do. It's just sticking with it, man. But yeah, it was Chad Nichols, Ronnie Coleman, old coach. He coaches Big Rammy, who's getting ready to probably win his third Olympia straight. His son's 16 years old, benching over 500 pounds. That's great genetics, high testosterone levels, and he's only 16 years old. So you have those genetic freaks out there. Just imagine what this guy gonna look like when he hit 21. Then what you gonna say then? Michael Hearn, I looked at him and he was in great shape earlier. And he said he did dibble and dabble just like The Rock. He dibbled and dabbled early in his football career or in his wrestling career. And I know most of the wrestlers because I used to know a lot of them and they did use. I mean, so it's just what they get into. But did he keep doing it? I don't think he had to because he's a tall guy. He got good structures, well, decent structures. He don't got no bodybuilding structures at The Rock, like it's shallow abs, stuff like that. But his physique wasn't out of the ordinary. I mean, for what he do, he still trains every day, 6 days, private gym, private chefs, making sure he's hydrated. I done been on a set, I think once Fast and Furious, or one of them sets. They work around his schedule so he can get it. Yeah, he's on set a long time, but he's not eating the way we eat. I think if you utilizing your food properly, no top bodybuilder will be a top bodybuilder without having a great nutrition plan. Yeah, the workouts is important, so but they able to utilize the energy from the food to create a great physique. So it's not out of impossible, but it's only one out of 500 million or something like that who you're gonna see look like these guys in the world. So you got to think everybody on that Olympia stage. I tell them I give props out to them always have elite genetics. That's why they're the best in the world. This ain't just the best in bodybuilding. This out of the fitness influence and all this other stuff, man. These guys have amazing physiques and they present it. So out of how many millions of people on earth, these are the best genetics out there. Who compete anyway. You got outliners out there some way, but you never see them or hear about them. But besides every blue moon, and I look at Andre Jack. He wasn't a bodybuilder or trained for it, and you see his physique that he built, and he was just a power lifter and what's my Larry Wheels training partner. With just a year or two of bodybuilding training in his belt, and this guy's a rookie, already winning pro shows. One of the best looking physiques in the world. And he's a tall guy who's filled out his frame. generally, wanted to do bodybuilding, but I know I was too tall. I'm almost 6'2", shrinking now since I getting older. But I'm thinking that's just spinal, your spine decompressing. So of course, just like with age, you start hunching a little bit. I don't think you're actually shrinking. Your heels start dropping, so your arch in your feet is going lower. But without shoes, I'm 6'1" ish. With shoes on, I was used to be 6'2". And that's all changed. One show, if I get bodybuilding, that's another disaster that we need to talk about in bodybuilding. You can go to one show, and they height you in differently. So now I'm doing classic physique. It's a whole different beast. I mean, 1 inch shorter or a half an inch taller or whatever, that's 10 pounds plus that you can give or you need to lose. So, I talk about one of these shows I did, and they end up changing my height. I ain't changed or shrunk that much. And I had to end up running to make weight and stuff like that. But that's just a different subject per se. Let's stick to the Liver King, people. Like I said, man, I appreciate the support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow people. Like I said, I don't get caught up too much in the drama. The Liver King, like I said, he's an actor. He's a spokesman for his ancestral supplements and stuff like that. He'll get more publicity off of this. He don't even have to admit nothing or say nothing. But you're gonna see all kind of videos coming out about this guy. But like I say, I don't morally believe in leaking nobody personal information ever, period. If you're gonna do it, just like a great reporter, they still redact stuff. They never had a first and last name on documents and stuff like that you release. You can have all the content in it, but you can't have the first and last name. That's like saying somebody's stalking and you stalking somebody else and you put their address and full name out there. Now you might have somebody who's not stable go out there and they kill them or start looking for them, bust out the windows. Now you done put their whole family in danger and stuff. So I just think, man, we just need to be wise when we start presenting the information. It was a great story. I am not counseling nobody because, like I said, the Liver King, I don't follow the guy anyway. I don't know too much about him, but I do follow Derrick More Plates on Dakes, and I got a lot of respect for him because I did a couple of reviews on his videos, and I like the guy. I mean, like I said, he was one of my main influences on getting my podcast started as a nutritionist, as a coach, and just sharing my experience behind the scenes in fitness for 20 plus years and training and nutrition for 12 plus years. And I just want to share my information because I work with a lot of supplement companies and stuff like that. I've been sponsored by some. I done created my own supplements. I mean, so it's you want to get that information out there and share it, but it's still a right way and a wrong way to start sharing this information. Um, but everybody, majority, is in it. So hopefully, it was just one of his teams who presented the information. And when you're making a video, you can't go through it. It was nice. It was a documentary, pretty much, and it was great content. Actually, I mean, the way they started the story and all this and that. So it was well put together and well done. It just was if you're a coach or a nutrition or you somebody who's been in this industry for a while, you just had a sick feeling in your stomach watching it because you know something was wrong about doing it. Even though the story need to be out there, I think John Tree said it don't matter what you do, it's going to come to the light of day regardless, but it ain't your decision to do it. So I know it's a lot of fake natties and stuff like that out there. And I don't care if you're natural or not. I mean, you ain't even got to, that's your private information, just like this virus and shots and all this other stuff. You do whatever's right for you. If you don't want to disclose it, don't disclose it. You want to disclose it, disclose it. It's your personal choice. It's nobody's business. But it's still a way to do things. Don't claim to be something you're not unless you got a contract with somebody else and you got to do it. Like these actors, they can't mention nothing about that doing a movie. Hey, this is what I take. You see the same thing. I ate chicken, broccoli, rice twice a day. I worked out 6 times a week. I know how your body will look if you actually ate chicken rice and you worked out twice a week, 6 times a day. You're not making miraculous gains in 3 to 6 months shortly. So they need to take something else to enhance their physique, unless they just superior genetics and they just been not bodybuilding. If you made that much progress doing a movie, imagine what you would do on a bodybuilding stage. So just look at it like that way, people. Just don't be fooled by all these influencers and stuff out there lying about they doing this and they doing that, because supplements do work. Great nutrition plans do work. Working out wisely do work, but you still have to recover. You still got to eat right. You got to drink water. So everything is connected. Everything works together. So, but we're gonna end this one here. I think I've been going too long. I'm gonna have to split this video up. But the Liver King drama continues. Shout out to Derrick More Plates, my dates, man. Just keep up the good work. Just be wise how you present information. Bodybuilding BS. He broke his story on it. He pretty much said he wouldn't do it that way, and he was kind of hesitant to present it that way. But we all know what these guys do, especially getting in shape as far as the actors and as far as models, as far as athletes. And, I don't think no Olympia bodybuilder has ever came out there, but they the ones who's most scrutinized, period, because they admit to using whatever the case may be. So just be mindful of people, man. Don't believe in that cancel culture, but believe that they're doing what they got to do for a reason, whether they're a spokesman, host, or whatever the case may be. Let them do what they got to do, but just don't fall for the tricks. Do your own research, make smart decisions for trying something. Don't eat all this raw food. Just do what works for you, man. It's your boy, Kevin. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow people. Hey, we just getting started. Let's go.